I'm not finished with the Old Testament yet, my friends. Okay, in Numbers chapter 13, verse 20, it talk about whether the land is rich or poor, whether there is tree in it or not. That's the mission, right? They have to report this, right? Whether the land what they are doing is good or bad. So first, okay, I think look here. Moses sent spy out to the land of Canaan and say to them, go into the Negev and go up into the hill country to see what the land is, whether the people who deal is strong or weak. Is the people strong or weak? Strong or weak? Okay. Whether they are few or many. The few or many. Ooh. Whether the land is they do is good or bad. So those are easy questions. Strong, weak, few or many. So you give answer. Strong or weak, few or many. Whether the land is a yes or no question. Good or bad. Whether the city that they build in are camped or stronghold. Are they camps or strongholds? Or whether the land is rich or poor. So whether they're strong, weak, rich or poor, and whether there is trees in it or not. Do they have trees or not? Be be of be of good courage and bring some of the food of the land. And now the time was time. Now the time was the season of the first ripe grapes. So when's the season? Late July, according to the Bible. Season of the first ripe grapes. For example, late July. So the more you dig, the more you learn. Okay. So in Numbers chapter 12, verse 22, it says they went up into the Negev and came to Harbon, Harmon, Shai, and Tama, the descendant of Anak, were there. Harbon was built 7 years before Zon in Egypt. So Harbon, right, was built 7 years before Zon in Egypt. So Hebron is about 20 miles or 32 km south of Jerusalem. Theologically, it is a very significant as a burial place for the patriarch and their wives. For example, Genesis chapter 23, right? And also the place where God had promised the land to Abraham. Woohoo! Abraham, father of faith, promised to the land to Abraham forever in Genesis chapter 17, verse 8. The descendant of Anak. Okay, it's here, right? Descendant of Anak. So let's see what it says here, okay? In verse 22, it says that, right? Descendant, see? Anak, descendant Anak. What is it? Anak in Hebrew means neck. So Anakim was famous for their height. Okay, Numbers chapter 13, verse 33, Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 21, and also Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 2. Zon over here. They're also over here. Zon in Egypt. So Zon is Tanis in the Nile of Delta. It was a capital of Egypt in the time of the Israelite monarchy. But this word must be referring to its early history. Tanis was found in the early 2nd millennium BC, and excavations of Hebron shows that the first fortified city dated in the Middle Bronze II period, c. 2000 and 1750 BC, correspond to the dating is striking. And they came to the valley of Eston and cut down from there a branch with a single cluster of grapes. So they say, be courage, right? Bring some of the fruit of the land. So they bring grapes. Okay. So the season of the late July, the single cluster, single group of grapes and they carry in clustering in groups, right? Grapes, and they carry it to the pole between two of them. So one, they use a pole, one in the front, one in the back, and carry it. And they bought it some pomegranates. Pomegranates. You know what pomegranates is, right? Do you remember what I made a couple of days ago? Pomegranate juice. Those are pomegranate, okay? Again, I make it for a purpose. Pomegranates is in the Old Testament. Good food, okay? And the tax. And fig. Well, we can see the fig in David movie, okay? You want to go to the movie, you will see yourself. You will see figs. David brought fig to his brothers. And, okay, anyway, fig is season is around like either April, May, June, around that time, okay? So like also like around the time too. So they able to season or the so when it's a July, late July is for the grapes. So they probably the fig is ready. Okay. So that place was called the Valley of Ashko as Achor because of the cluster of the people of Israel cut down from there.